Of course it's trapped.
Leave nothing unchecked.
Of course it's trapped.
There is much to be found in
Let's complete the
forgotten
quest.
places.
Ah, we got a quest reward. We've completed the old road. Got some money. Got some jade. Which does very well on Hearthstone nowadays, I hear. And we got heirlooms. Busts. Love me some busts. Ooh. Ooh, we're fascinated with corpses. Okay, this might be very confronting. Okay, so heroes, they have quirks. They have things that make them rather unique. And that might be bad quirks. For example, Dima now, after this dungeon, is very much obsessed with corpses. That's fine. But you have to take that into account. There are also positive things, which I will show in a minute. We'll return to town and then I'll go back. Then I'll show you the quirks of Dima and Renault. Ah, feeling good, guys. I got my coffee here, got a little bit of water, and heroes can be renamed and recolored in the character panel, just so you know.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now.
Ah, thanks, buddy.
And you are bound to them.
Okay, well, I guess we're bound to them. Dima is now an apprentice highwayman. We're leveling up immediately. It's the best. We got the best heroes, and we've escorted. Oh well, they've escorted me to the hamlet. Lovely. So this is caretaker goals. Not really important quite yet. Let's check out our town. No, we don't want help. We don't want help. I finished the game already once on new game normal. Okay, welcome everyone. This is our hamlet now. And we have 2 heroes, which is not a lot, because we need 4 to enter a dungeon. Let's take a look at them. Okay. This is Renault. He has these abilities, all on level 1. We will be able to train these abilities later. We might even be able to get these new abilities later. These are camping skills, which means that when we are camping in a dungeon, sometimes you have to sleep in a dungeon. It's dangerous, but it has to happen. Then you can use these skills to do all kinds of things. Reducing stress, increasing stress resistance, and what have you. But this will you'll all see that in time. Now, these are the quirks. So, Renault is a warrior of light, which is nice. If you have a very high torch, if you have bright light with you, then, well, Renault will actually deal more damage. But at the same time, he is God-fearing, so when he's stressed out, he will only go to the church to reduce that stress. Let's see, and he is prone to stealing items. That's great. So you can actually take your loot. That's fine. Well, it's not, but you gotta cope. Very bad. We can still get very bad gear. Stun resists, extra speed. He can't gamble. He's a cheater, this one. And he's fascinated with corpses. If you think, oh my god, that's gross, don't play the game. If you think it's gross that a hero is fascinated with corpses, you've got another thing coming. Also terrible gear, but the extra speed is actually pretty good. Alright.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Perfect. So the stagecoach is your hero lifeblood. You'll need to recruit all of these heroes to fill out a party of 4. I like how they just call these heroes lifeblood, because it's getting spilled all the time. We have Martel. We only have 2 heroes available, so we'll take them both. Martel, a seeker plague doctor.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Seeker is level 0. That's great. And Mathon, a vestal.
A sister
Lovely.
of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Yeah, we can upgrade the Stagecoach network. While you're here, spend some of your starting heirlooms on upgrading the Stagecoach network. That's good. So these are all resources that you can gather in the dungeons, and they're only used to upgrade this town. And this town, so for example, the guild, you can trade heroes, so you can upgrade their skills. We're not going to embark yet. The blacksmith speaks for itself, better gear, but you have to use these, for example, deeds. I know that the blacksmith requires deeds in order to be upgraded. So you absolutely have to bring these back from your dungeons because you need the better gear. Sanitarium. This removes. You can actually remove quirks. So if you want this guy to stop stealing, you can send him to the sanitarium to, well, no longer do that. And this is the church or the abbey where, for example, Renault can go to pray if he has too much stress. But this is where the lifeblood comes from, and we want to upgrade it with our starting heirlooms. Let's see here. All right.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Yeah, it's such a bucket of sunshine, that narrator. And we want more, bigger barracks, so we can get up to 12 heroes. Lovely. This town is in shambles. We can't do anything here. We can visit the graveyard. There's no one there yet.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Shut up. We can only get 13 deaths, or we lose the game. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay then.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Well, I actually know the tragic extent of your failings, but we'll get to experience them once again ourselves. That's just great. All right, let's embark, shall we?
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
So eloquent. Quests and parties. This is where you select a quest from an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Yeah, we will click on a quest. We can go to the darkest dungeon. We're not going to, because it's really hard. We're just gonna go to the ruins. It's green, it's nice, it's easier. I'm gonna put these here. They're the usual suspects. Just gonna embark.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Oh man, this guy should run for president. Such texts. Provisions for the journey. You'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you're going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences. Always bring food and torches. Yes, so if the torch runs out, you actually have a much more dangerous journey. This is a short dungeon. I'm gonna bring 8 food. I'm not that worried. Gonna bring some shovels, gonna bring some skeleton keys and some torches. Let's see, what else do we need? Holy water. Okay, so why am I buying all these things? Torches, they're obviously for light. If you have high light, so if you have the torch has a strength of 0 to 100, and if you have above 75, you just have you can't be surprised, or you can be, but the chances are very low. Remember when we met the first party, the big guy and the guy with the gun, we surprised them. So if you have a high level of torch, there's a bigger chance we actually can surprise our enemies, and a lower chance that we get surprised. Skeleton keys are for boxes that are locked. It's pretty straightforward. Shovels, sometimes the road is blocked with rubble or whatnot, and if you have a shovel, you can actually clear it really fast. If you don't have a shovel, it gives you a lot of stress. It eats up your torch because you have to spend a lot of time removing the rubble, and you'll actually take damage. Food, well, every now and again your heroes get hungry, so then a screen pops up and it says your heroes are hungry. Will you feed them? And then you can say, yeah, sure, let's feed them. It takes up 1 food per hero, and they'll heal a little bit. But if you don't feed them, they will actually take a substantive amount of damage and stress, to be avoided at all costs. Anti-venom clears blight. Holy water purges evil. Now, I also buy holy water to, if I come across an altar, I can cleanse the altar of the corruption of the darkest dungeon, and it will give me benefits. It'll either give me treasure or it will give me something else, and that goes for all of these things. I can use medicinal herbs. Okay, I suck at English, but you get the drift. You can use that on the curios that you encounter. So you'll want to bring some of those to get as much treasure from the dungeon as you can. But we're just gonna roll with this. I'm fairly certain this is okay. We're embarking, guys. First quest. Let's do it. Your first expedition into the ruins of your ancestry. Be curious. Be careful. Yeah. I think if you play a new game plus, the loading time just increases. Or it might be because I'm actually taping it. How do you say that? No, it doesn't matter. The hero panel. Right-click on a hero's image or portrait at any time to bring up a detailed panel showing all of the hero's quirk, skills, and resistances. Which I did. You all know this. Alright. We're moving. Look at the aesthetic. It's just the artwork of this game is just the prettiest. Alright. So I think this is a torch. Salvage the unburned torch. We got it.
Waiting to be spent.
Got stress. See that the torch is reducing, so we have dim light now. So what this does, we get a little more stress. We can scout and we can surprise monsters. Okay. So how combat goes is as follows: we have one turn, and in that turn, everybody gets a die roll. This is the RNG I was mentioning in the very beginning. Everyone gets a die roll, and they add their speed to that dice roll. And once, well, and then you just go through the list of from high to low, which has the most initiative, so to speak. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, you know what I'm talking about. But having a high speed doesn't necessarily mean you go first, but it just improves your odds of going first. Okay, we're going to use Judgment to stun one of these corpses. No, we're not going to stun them actually. That was a damaging ability. Doesn't matter. We're going to kill him.
Their formation is broken.
Corpses. When monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as temporary obstacles and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but often a better approach is to use ranged skills, push or pull skills, and even corpse clearing special skills that some heroes possess. Monsters killed with bleed, blight, or crits leave no corpses at all. Corpses at all. Lovely. Moving on. So the Plague Doctor is actually poisons a lot of his enemies, and he also has a it's actually she also has a knife. So we're just gonna stab this one. Be gone. Money.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So this is an unlocked strongbox. I don't need the skeleton key for it. Just gonna open it. And the contents, ladies and gentlemen.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Now scouting, what happens here, scouting is amazing because it shows you, as you can see, what you're going to encounter. So if I know that this room is clear, I can safely enter this room without having to battle with something. On the other hand, here's a room battle with a curio there. Okay, though on the way here we actually have to battle and have to clear through an obstacle. Luckily we brought torches and shovels.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Well, we can just use it. We're actually gonna burn a torch. Because we have enough. It's a really short dungeon. I think I brought too many, but it doesn't really matter. So these two guys, they're gonna really deal melee damage. This one is more of a stress, deals more stress damage. So I actually want to take out that one first. So I'm gonna use a disorienting blast on the cultist acolyte to try and prevent her from doing anything. It also randomized her position. It shuffled her through her party. That's good, because now my two melee attackers can get in range of her. Oh, we're dodging. That's so good. She has 7 health. She's gonna take 2 once it's her turn. So I think I will use the Zealous Accusation, which also hits this one for less damage. But because I think it will finish her off anyway. Okay, unless you roll the poorest number. Unless we roll really bad.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Alright. Let's kill this one. So skeletons actually don't bleed all that well. We have to take Because that was a bleeding attack from our highwayman. But as you can see, the skeleton has a 180% bleed resist. It's gonna take a while before we can take him out. Alright, let's finish him off.
Back to the pit.
Talk dirty to me, narrator.